Best voice actor.
We got 4 left.
Yeah, that's not bad. Will we all make it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Let's
nominate
start.
any random
you
person
recording?
that you pick
Son
from
of-
Last of Us 2.
Okay, we're recording, Greg.
I missed it.
I'm recording. You're
Yes.
recording. We're all recording. It's great. This is great. You know what I'm doing right now? I'm talking with my voice. It's pretty easy to do, but you know what? Voice acting is a lot harder, so we came up with an award for it. Best voice actor of 2020.
We went kind of superhero heavy with some of these choices,
Yeah,
and I don't hate it. I really don't.
they were a bunch of nerds.
With that said, if there's a couple of these that really stood out to me, but I want to recognize Sandra Assad in Marvel's Avengers. She was Miss Marvel, and as a window into, as like the every person kind of taking us into that world, I really liked her performance. I thought she was really good.
She's great.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. She's
Like
a
her
solid
interaction with
performance.
Banner. Like Blake, you can speak to this. Like the way she interacts with Banner throughout that story.
Yeah, no, it's cool because she's kind of like everyone in the Avengers is really discouraged, and she's sort of the like happy, like young, ambitious admirer that gets them out of their funk. And it's cool to kind of watch her progress as a hero throughout it. It's a really cool arc because it's kind of like giving you an origin story arc for her as you progress through the game. And yeah, no, she does a bang up job.
Hearing you describe
throughout
it that way, it reminds me of Shacknews, in that we're all a bunch of grizzled veterans. We've done this dance before. We're all kind of down to the dumps after a while. We're all a little exhausted. And suddenly here comes a bright-eyed intern named Donovan, and he comes in and he rejuvenates us all.
I've always thought
Gets
of
us all back on the
Donovan-
horse.
I've always thought of Donovan as our Miss Marvel.
He is our
You
Miss
know.
Marvel.
And then he
Yeah.
stomped me in Diabolical.
He stopped us all at Diabolical.
Yeah, that's true.
He gave you the big fist.
He didn't
Yikes.
vote. He didn't vote for Ghost of Tsushima for anything either. So I don't
Well,
know.
luckily, we didn't even nominate a Ghost of Tsushima voice actor because you can't
Yeah.
even name one.
Oof.
Anyway,
I didn't nominate
But-
one.
Miss Marvel's
but-
cool.
The reason I also mentioned superheroes is because we have to talk about Naji Cheater as Miles Morales.
I didn't even think
Spider-Man.
about this before you nominated, but oh my god, love his performance as Miles. I
He's
just love
incredible.
Miles. Can we get more Miles? Just in
Yeah.
general?
Yes.
Just he puts out a very different energy than Peter Parker does, and just there's so much to love about that character. And this is like his first, like we're talking about Miss Marvel being like that window into that world. Miles Morales is like a fresh Spider-Man, and he really puts that into that performance. And there's so much to love about that character, and also the family dynamic, the way he interacts with Rio and with best buddy Genki, and even like, I don't want to spoil the story, so I won't. But like the way he interacts with like some of the other characters, like I
Yeah.
love the energy he.
I
puts
mean,
into
you
his
can
performance.
mention his interaction with some of the bad guys, right?
Right.
Those are some of the most intense, dramatic moments in the game, and the
The
voice
scene
acting
on the
is-
bridge.
Yeah,
in
the
the early-
voice acting is outstanding in those moments, and it adds to the experience a lot.
My favorite interaction with the bad guys was during the stream when he kicked somebody out of a moving car through their door.
There's that too. But yeah, no, I really like this nomination, but we should continue on.
Yeah.
I guess
All right,
that's it
let's
for.
get- You guys want to get the obligatory Last of Us 2 nominations?
We got a pair of them.
I can
Yeah.
do that because I put them both in here. I put Ashley Johnson and Laura Bailey in here, who play Ellie and Abby respectively. I talked about it during our Game of the Year stream, but them along with Troy Baker as well as Joel really like kind of carry that game, and a lot of it is the direction as well, the way that they're kind of directed to get those performances. But something about all of them is just so raw, and it helps you get invested in these characters. I mean, of course, we're already invested in Ellie, but even with Abby, which is why I probably will end up putting that performance as my number one. It's just so good with everything that character kind of goes through, and reading her backstory. It's just all really excellently performed.
You heard it here, folks. Donovan's Team Abby.
Yeah, I guess I'm Team Abby on this.
Yeah, no, just to kind of build off of Donovan's thoughts, I guess, my kind of, I was going to nominate her if he hadn't. Laura Bailey does such a phenomenal job in pretty much anything that she touches, but with Abby, she went into things like knowing that the role was going to be divisive and to still offer like the best of her best, like knowing that there were going to be people out there that were probably going to approach it with not great ways, like, but still delivering such a stellar character performance without any thought to that. Like that, I think that really speaks to how much these great voice actors put into their work and put into their role, and just the amount of emotion that she brings to the character, both like in the way that they've captured her facial features and everything with mocap, and then just the voice as well. Like it's just everything works so good and just really helps you resonate with this character that you don't really have any reason to like when you first start out. And I think that that's something really special.
And, you know, this is just tangential to your nomination, but I don't think there's a voice actor on this list that was subjected to more vitriol on the internet than Laura Bailey this year, and she handled it very professionally. I'm sure it affected her, but
and she continues to be a part of this industry that she knows like she has to deal with this in. Like that's just...
like because of the story, because of the character she plays, she had a target on her back this year, and I liked seeing the studio stand up for her. I liked seeing other people in our industry stand up for her, but the way she carried herself this year, I thought was really damn impressive. And that's not a reason to give her the award, but it just kind of speaks to how important of a role this was this year.
I will speak to another reason to give her an award, is that, like, The Last of Us presents a unique challenge for these voice actors, which not only do they voice the character, but they also do that facial capture, and they do action mocap capture, which is just like, I know there's got to be, I imagine there's got to be like stuntmen for some scenes, but like they take on the character in voice and facial recognition and in the actual actions of those characters, which allows them to immerse themselves that much more into the delivery of the lines. Now, it is a special opportunity of The Last of Us 2, but I also feel like these characters are brought to life that much more by their actor delivering on every front of that character.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to speak to the mocap because it brings another level to the performance, and especially with a character like Abby, who is quite literally so physical. For her to just embody that role is all the more impressive. Yeah,
some award shows have started calling this award Best Performance, but I think that gets to be a little vague. We still view these folks as voice actors.
Yeah, we're not.
It's also tough because remember the Red Dead actor said that a lot of people like. Most tend to get different mocap actor and voice actor, and people don't realize that.
Exactly. Sometimes you have
they get shafted because of that, which sucks.
Yeah, sometimes you have a stunt double who's doing the performance acting, and then you have a different person doing the voice acting. So yeah, this is specifically for voice acting.
You want to talk about somebody doing double duty? I mean, I guess that's as good a segue as any to talk about Darren Korb's performance in Hades. I mean, he's so recognized like across gaming as like this great music composer, and he's done amazing soundtracks. Who knew he was such a good voice actor too? Because the performance he puts behind Zacharias and the way he interacts with all those characters, and he's sharp as a tack throughout that whole thing. I love his voice in this game so much, and he brings so much personality to that character. I mean, I give him all the credit in the world for managing to do that to do both jobs and do voice acting exceptionally well this time around.
I actually had no idea. I would like Zacharias' voice is perfectly buttery, UK good, and I would love for him to. Narrate erotica to me because I'm pretty sure he's good at it.
Okay, so we're gonna get to this Hades dating sim spinoff that you've been dreaming of for the past 6 months.
He's so buttery smooth.
It's time. It's finally time for Hades.
Just go see,
Hades Soulful Pigeon. I don't know.
Go look at his interactions with his father. Go look at his interactions with Cerberus, with Dusa, which we talked about earlier.
Mhm.
Like there's, and then when you get to like the end of the game and when he finally like actually gets out of the underworld and like the level of performance and the level of
Stress and emotion.
yes, the emotion.
Spoiler.
Thank you, TJ. The emotion that he puts into like into meeting his mother for the first time, like it's incredible, and he did such a tremendous job.
I really would have appreciated a spoiler alert there.
You're spoiled that you get out of Hades in the game Hades, which is built around escaping Hades.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
I mean,
You're
I don't know.
shocked
I don't
that's the
fucking know what happens at the end of the game. For all I know, you open the fucking door and you're right back where you started because it's hell.
What do you
Because that's
think
the kind of
happens at
shit
the
that
end of
happens
the
in Greek
Escape from
mythology?
Alcatraz?
Does he actually escape from Alcatraz?
Spoiler.
What happens at the end of Titanic? I don't
Spoiler,
know.
Shawshank
I don't know.
Redemption.
Whatever,
Maybe
man.
Frank
I
gets out of
really
jail.
didn't know. I really didn't know because it's hell. And sometimes the twist is you think you're gonna get out of hell and you don't.
Actually, you have not hit the twist yet, so not entirely spoiled.
Hell is other people.
Hell is the Shacknews Awards deliberations day 6.
Hell is
Okay.
the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, the real Hades was the friends we made along the way, Donovan. You're right.
Cool. That's Donovan.
Are you setting me up to go off on a Kingdom Hearts rant? Because I'll go off on a Kingdom Hearts.
No!
No, no,
Rant. Okay, fair enough.
no.
I'm gonna have to. No.
Ozzy, I'll PayPal you money to not do that.
Yeah.
I'll hold you to that.
$20 from all of us.
Let's
just not talk
Chris.
about
I will donate to that GoFundMe.
Yeah, I'm
Yes!
shipping in $20. Ozzy's gonna get like a whole new
All right, this is my own stimulus. More money from you guys than the government.
The new Ozzy stimulus just to not talk about Kingdom Hearts. Oh man. What else do we got here? We got a couple more nominations. Christopher Lloyd.
No, that's gonna get me on Kingdom Hearts, so we'll skip that one. But
Oh,
I do
shit.
want to talk about Kaiji Tang as Ichiban Kasuga and Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Mm.
The level of detail he puts into his performance, and just from the start of that story, where he talks about his origins and like how he gets into deep shit and like how he's gonna get killed, and he decides to just tell her like, wait, I'm a member of the Yakuza, and like he expects people to see through his bullshit, and then they actually show up, and from there, like the level of like emotion that you feel from him, like and like his drive to be a part of them, he wants to be in that world so badly, and he wants to like be he wants to be like a big tough guy in that world, and I thought his performance was great in that game. Sorry, I'm just like getting tongue tied right now and stinking.
Okay. Do we have any other things that we're nominating here? Or people, sorry.
Good here.
I said my piece.
Let's vote. What do you say? Want to vote, gang?
Just
Yeah.
me. What do you say?
I'll,
Let's vote.
Darren Korb. I'm gonna say Darren Korb in Hades.
cast my
Yeah, another one. Darren Korb.
I will be casting my vote for Laura Bailey, Last of Us Part 2.
Same
Oh,
for Bailey.
Laura Bailey.
LB.
So wait, that was Donovan, Chris, and Josh for Laura Bailey,
You can add me to that as well.
and Bill.
It wasn't just good for a video game, it would be good for any medium.
Yeah, like a movie or whatever. Yeah, I agree with that. Sam.
I'll probably be down for Darren.
Greg.
Gotta go with Jeter for Miles Morales.
Yeah.
It's hard to be funny, awkward, and serious, and he like does all three.
He really does an outstanding job. I love that game. EJ.
Put me down for Hades erotica.
Okay.
TJ's working on his Hades fan fiction right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. Blake.
I'll go with Jeter for Miles Morales.
Okay. Wow. So we have 4 votes for Korb. Or Cord? Is it? Yeah.
AORB Korb.
Korb. And 4 votes for Laura Bailey. So it
Uh-oh.
comes down to me, because Steve's not here. This is tough. I haven't really made it far in Hades to experience these things that you guys were talking about, but I do think something you guys didn't mention. He does a really good job.
Try not to have your heart wrenched when he confronts Cerberus for the first time.
I know. I've heard about it. But yeah, like to me, I don't think voices. I know it's important to Hades. It's not that important to me in Hades, so I'm gonna go with Laura Bailey.
Fair enough.
Nice.
So Laura Bailey wins just barely. You
can
are
pull all
our
the-
best voice actor of 2020.